r/datingoverthirty. Ruru_91 says, on how many dates with different people you go every month on average? Are all your dates from apps? Hi all, reading all the posts on this subreddit, I was genuinely curious to know your gender, age and on how many dates you go every month with different people when you are actively dating. I would also like to know in which country you are dating. For me, 32F, the Netherlands, it depends. I would say once a month and all my dates are from dating apps. Looking forward to the answers. Jgita1985 says, everyone I meet is from an app. The cycle is usually I meet a handful, get excited about one, drop the rest, get dropped. Cycle repeats. It's exhausting. Not seizing day says, 1 to 2 dates a year. Adambitious1475 says, 32 meters in Canada, about 1-2 a month. It takes a lot of energy from me, so I try not to overdo it. Usually from online dating matches. Sanderson14 says, 40F in Southern California. At the beginning of the year I agreed to a challenge with other single girlfriends, 23 and 23. That is, 23 first dates in 2023. Despite giving it my best effort, I'm behind at 15 dates so far this year, but not as behind as my friends. I'm successful and attractive and humble, so I thought 2 dates per month would be a piece of cake, but it's actually been a challenge. All my dates are from the apps. I've been trying to do more social things, ask for setups and approach men in the wild, but none of these have led to an actual date. Chazla V says, I'm 33 female, in UK, usually 1 a week, but last week I had 3, and it was too much. Yes, they are all apps as I don't meet anyone any other way, men don't approach me ever. Transient says, 44F, usually only when I meet men in the wild, so 0 to 1 a month. Apps are a nightmare and I get immediately avoidant when looking at them. I joined Hinge for a weekend and had over 1,000 likes. There's no way that many people are interested, especially at my age. I think dudes just swipe on everyone, which is disheartening. In that weekend I saw 5 guys I had already dated from the wild, plus the same set of men from my last Hinge weekend a year ago, which made me more avoidant about it all. Super_chilled_edus says, -0.00000000 dates per month. r/datingoverthirty. Britibu09 says, I have serious trauma and it ruined my opportunity with someone amazing. I've had a crush on this guy, Michael, for about a year now. We work together and would talk and stuff, and he's just funny and adorable with a playful, happy personality. I also find him very attractive. When I met Michael at work, I was already in a situationship, long story, with this guy, Ben. Ben really messed me up. He was emotionally abusive, and I've been panicking around people when I've felt uncomfortable and unreasonably when I think I can't trust them or myself. Ben really did a number on me, and I ended up in the hospital in August because the panic wouldn't stop, and I was paranoid and couldn't trust anyone, even my own family. I'm on medication and in serious therapy. Now, Michael and I started hanging out, and I was so excited, but then suddenly I started having these thoughts related to my trauma that triggered me, and I started panicking. I had maybe 2 times out of the 3 times we spent time together where I panicked so bad that I started dissociating. My paranoia and trauma have been taking over my life, and so I broke up with Michael, and now I'm so bleeping sad. I will never know if anything good could have happened because I just was so numb with fear that I couldn't feel anything for him. I know I have a lot of work to do on myself, but I'm genuinely so upset and angry that because of Ben, I can't explore anything with Michael. I'm so sad. Has anyone else gone through this? How are you doing? Jeevis83 says, Literally in the hospital right now because of my Ben. Tranquilo 666 says, "Gosh, you sound so motivated to heal. That's amazing. Focus on yourself and heal, baby, so you can be ready for Michael or the next Michael. Hold that love and energy you have for him and direct it towards yourself." Still _ bad flower says, "Yes, me." Alone _ palpitation 761 says, "Hey, I recommend EMDA for trauma therapy. It's been incredibly helpful for me." Memelita says, "But I'm genuinely so upset and angry that, because of Ben, I would like to invite you to reframe this line of thinking. You are giving Ben too much power over your life even now, when he is in the past. While you by no means deserved any abuse you suffered from Ben, and it was not your fault, I'm absolutely not implying that. You have agency over your life, and it is your own mental health that is now causing you issues, not Ben. You got involved with Michael too soon, before you got a good handle on your symptoms, but this is something in your power to change, and you are already working on it with medication and therapy, so you are doing the right things. But Ben doesn't have any influence on your life today. You should really understand why you stayed involved with someone so horrible for you for so long to bring you to this awful place. Usually it is poor boundaries, putting someone else's needs first, desire to fix them, thinking we are not worthy of anything better and so on, before you will be ready to be with someone new, otherwise you will just keep finding yourself in unhealthy dynamics. The point being, your mental health symptoms are so severe that I do not think it is wise at all for you to be in a relationship right now, but you have the agency and power to change that, while Ben has none anymore. And gradually with time you will get better, and in a healthier place, to form a new connection. I'm sorry you went through all of this, it is unfair, but you are not alone, and if you put in the right work it will make you a stronger, more resilient and healthier person in the end. All the best to Introvert Iranocraton says, "It is thrown around a lot, but you seriously do need therapy. This is not even linked to dating. If I'm honest, it will ruin your everyday life if you don't do something about it soon." r/datingoverthirty. D1FF1 Cult 1ND says, "How to date someone you regularly see otherwise, hobby, school, work. Talk to me about your experiences with dating someone you see on a regular basis for other reasons." I met someone, again, through a mutual hobby. I said I wouldn't get involved with a man from there again, after 2 casual situations, but here I am. On the other hand, it'd be amazing to have a partner who shares this passion with me, so I don't want to close myself off completely. We met on a social event, a night out, almost 2 months ago. We saw each other on other similar events a few more times, weekly or bi-weekly, and he asked me out for drinks once. Today was a second date outside of our hobby. I struggle with dating someone I'll regularly see anyway for 3 reasons. 1. Don't shit where you eat. This man will be my classmate starting this week, meaning I'll see him once a week at a minimum. I'm wary of making things awkward and it's holding me back. Today at the end of our date I thought of kissing him. I felt he was feeling things out, but in the end I didn't give him the signals as I didn't want to kiss him just a couple of days before our first class together. 2. I feel there is less sense of urgency to make plans as you know you'll see the other person sooner or later. Anyway, I like a man to make plans with me continuously, but here I have a feeling that he's more go with the flow because he feels secure that he'll see me soon in any case. A lot of it is actual social event parties that people from our hobby partake in. But for me, spending time together in a group setting just isn't the same. It doesn't grow the same intimacy and closeness that would allow me to relax with him. Sometimes he tries to make moves at those events, but you don't feel comfortable with that being public at such an early stage. 3. It's inevitable to see the other person interact with other attractive people. Given that our hobby is so social, I see him chat with other women all the time. and I'm jealous, even though I realize he pays me much more attention than to other women, and he doesn't seem to worry about scaring other potential candidates, women, away by publicly showing interest in me. I'm still insecure about it. So how to deal? How do you combine spending time together via the mutual hobby and going on actual dates? TL/DR, met someone through a mutual hobby. I feel my fear of making things awkward and public there is making me hold back. I also don't know how to combine/differentiate spending time together there and actual. Throwaway_dating 2289 says, I found it to be great until you break up. And then you have to be prepared to walk away from the place you regularly see each other, or indefinitely deal with unresolved feelings, reminders of the relationship, awkwardness, etc. Red_danger33 says, it really depends on how the breakup goes. I went through a bad breakup with someone in a hobby that is a very small community, and it made it extra difficult. If the breakup is just realizing you're not right for each other and are able to end things without it getting messy, it wouldn't be as bad. Stormistitches says, talk to him about it. How long does the class run? Maybe you could just be flirt buddies until the class is over and try dating for real then. I definitely understand about not wanting to create awkward feelings in a space where you go to find joy. Annoyingly Honest says, go with the flow for now and see if it's something you both want to pursue with the same level of seriousness. If so, definition talk to him about how to play this out because he may have the same fears you outlined above. I personally think it's great you clicked with someone over a mutual hobby outside online dating. Seems like a rarity, but that's how people found their partners all the time in the olden days before old. There are some tricky group dynamics, but you're both adults, and it doesn't have to come to dramatics if you decide to try things out and it doesn't work. Close bracket. Memelita says, all my LTRS has been like this. I had a brief attempt at old some years ago and ran away terrorized. Not for me. I don't honestly know any other way to date than to meet someone with whom I have mutual interest and mutual context, to get to know them, and then things develop naturally from there. Every single time that meant being an official couple from the very first kiss, because we know we like each other that much before anything happens to when it did. It was because we wanted to be together. How refreshing compared to the endless first date interviews and ghostings I read about here daily. What worries me here is that you said you are jealous when he talks to other women. That's a you problem and would be in any relationship, no matter how you two met. This means also, if you two were to not work out, you might struggle seeing him around, especially when he moves on and starts dating someone else. You should introspect a bit on your feelings around jealousy and insecurity and how you'd handle a breakup, and see if that's something you can or want to deal with. I personally am not jealous at all and don't struggle with this, but people are different, so you need to understand for yourself. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.